he constructed here after he came to Brahmapur. That time he was very old. Here, Sripad Krishnadas Prabhu, he was his direct disciple. So when he became old, then he needed some physical service. So they brought this village. And in this village, he stayed like 7 years. 1966, he passed away. So within 7 years, we constructed this mart and installed deities, and he stayed there. He is among our Guru Vargas. He was very prominent. Our Guru Vargas means his god brothers, like Nitya-lila-pravishta Bhaktisiddhanta Om Vishnupad Maharaj, Nitya-lila-pravishta Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj, Nitya-lila-pravishta Bhakti Ashram Goswami Maharaj, Nitya-lila-pravishta Bhakti Goswami Maharaj. They all took sannyas from him.
Sadhu Maharaj.
Nitya-lila-pravishta Bhakti Vedanta Sadhu Maharaj. They all
Santa Maharaj.
And another Bhakti Vedanta Santa Maharaj, all his god brothers, they took sannyas from him. So by this, how he was prominent, we can understand this. How he has in his life, we heard many times in Nitya-lila-pravishta Bhakti Vijnana Bharati Maharaj, he was explained about him because he was here to serve him. Nitya-lila Bhakti Madhav Goswami Maharaj sent to Bhakti Vijnana Bharati Goswami Maharaj to serve him because he was old, so he sent specially. So he was staying that time few months to serve him. So he knows many. Continue 3 months he was here. And other time he was coming and going. So how he was so Sanskrit scholar from birth, he was a priest, a spiritual master of one king named Baragada. This is near like 60 kilometers from here. And he, in his childhood life, his father was expired. Then only mother, one sister was there, and he was studying Sanskrit. And his uncles and others, they wanted to take the property, some land, something, and they make some black magic. So after he came and when he understand, he went to a funeral place and he did this tantra, perfection he did. Then he also took revenge to that family. Then they surrendered to him. After he was looking to Guru, who is real Guru, so from whom he can take initiation. So but he never liked to anyone. He went to Vrindavan. In Vrindavan also he did not find who is a real practical acharya. Then he heard about Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupad. Then he came to Navadip. In Navadip, he was passing in a boat, same boat. Nitya-lila-pravishta Gurudev Bhaktisiddhanta also was in same boat. And they are together there, and nobody knows. So he did not know also to him. But because he is a king, royal family, so he was taking in this pan, this betel nut and chewing pan, betel leaf. So there he spit in Ganga. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he saw this, and he told, who is a atheist, Pasandi, is contaminating Ganga. Ganga is coming from the Supreme Lord, Mahadeva is taking in his head But these ignorant people, they are spitting, they are contaminating this. After hearing this word, just his life changed. Bhakti Gaurav Vaikhanas Maharaj. And he threw this box where they are keeping this royal this system. This is aristocrat, like some things that they threw out him after he went, and nowadays because he was old. So that time, Swami Thakur's time to mission. That time all Guru Vargas there. So they told of from Odisha some old men came. So they sent him where they watching cows, keeping cows. So they're and not like ashram inside, they were like outside some taking cows like that. He was going there. He never has in his life this experience, so much austere, and they taking like in Bengal big this boiled rice, and he never have that food habit, but he was taking care, and he was hearing from Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's speech, so he always passing. And by the period of time, some brahmacharis were there. So that time Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's time, they are examining them to chant Bhagavata-Gita and verse, so he was in pravachan. So some brahmacharis, he taught them Sanskrit and to talk in Sanskrit. So when they came in their examination time, the brahmacharis talk in Sanskrit. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada, how you learn the Sanskrit? They told one old man there in cow, there he taught us. Then immediately Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur called him, then immediately gave sannyas, initiation in the sannyas. He gave Bhakti Gaurav Vaikhanas. He was always talking in Sanskrit with Prabhupada and others. He never speak other language. So all his God brothers and others who come, he always speak in Sanskrit only. So he was preaching in many places. Once one ghost he was staying there who did commit suicide. So he was Brahmin and suicide, so became like Brahma Rakshas, they say ghost. And he was coming to him in night time. He was showing his different fearful some changing his form. Then he understood. He asked, "Who are you? Why are you suffering?" Then he told, I became ghost, I committed suicide, did all sinful activity. Then he chanted some mantras and give some water. So he got some purification. Then he cried to him, "Please, give me relief from this ghost body, I am suffering." And he asked, how you can free from your this? If you offer me one Ekadashi, then I can free. Then coming next Ekadashi, he performed Nitya-lila, and the next day he offered to him, and the ghost, the big sound came, and the ghost got free from this. This was many such kind of history there. Whole life he was doing Nitya-lila Ekadashi, and night time also not sleep. Even night time he was sitting like in lotus asana, and two lamps in his hand, ghee lamp, another lamp in his head, and he was chanting the mantra of Nam and sitting like the whole night. Someone watched, so if need they put ghee, and the whole night with all such big, still like yogi. He was like that. It's such severe his practice. So in near here, many villages also he was going with the cart, bull cart, and he preached here. Many Brahmins that time, they are smartas. They are not Vaishnavas. They against to him because he come from same family. So they told, oh, how he is accepting these disciples who are not Brahmin. So they called one meeting here near 50-60 kilometers. There with the king, they invite all scholars, and they are practicing goddess, they are worshipping goddess Durga. And they came in the meeting, they are all together, Maharaj was also there. And when they started to speak, Bhakti Gaurav Vaikhanas Gosvami Maharaj, he remembered Guru. He is Gurudev, Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami Thakur Prabhupada. And this, all these Brahmin scholars who are worshipping gods, they got their vindication. They could not able to open their mouth to talk. And they all defeated. Then he told Vaishnava-dharma, Bhakti-dharma, everyone have rights to practice, to chant the name and worship to them. So he established in near all this area, Kamdi, practice Harinam. So in last age, he was staying here doing all service there. Now Bhakti Kunkuma Ashram Maharaj is taking care and deity there. Now also opened one branch in Parampuramukwa. That day we were there. This is, we are blessed. Many Guru Vargas, Bhakti Daita Madhav, Sai Maharaj, Bhakti Gaurav Maharaj, many sannyasis, elder sannyasis, our Guru Vargas, they came here. Also he installed many temples. Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj, all temples he installed deities. And other like Bhakti Sauti Maharaj, they invited
Vana Maharaj,
Bhakti Gurudev Vana Goswami Maharaj, many all this.
Santa Maharaj, Bhakti Kumada Santa Maharaj,
Bhakti Kumada Santa Goswami Maharaj, all the Indian are installed.
Ashram Maharaj,
he was installing there. So we are fortunate to be here today to get Maharaj's blessing. He is always powerful. Like Aviram Thakur, we hear Mahaprabhu's time, no? If we go to see the deities, if the deities are not properly installed and not proper, then they break this. If he offers Dandava, Maharaj also like so powerful. So we are fortunate to hear in our near Ganjam District. Yesterday we went to Kuthar Singh, just 10-15 kilometers here. Then Nitya-lila-pravishta Goswami Maharaj, who was also older, we went to Bhakti ashram, he was there. Bhakti Goswami Maharaj also, his place is, we went that day in Bhanjanagar, near there, he was also there. Many Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's, all disciples, they are here and they preach it. So this is very pious and very spiritual advanced place. So we meet with devotees and practice this. Gourpremanande, Haribol, Nitya-lila-pravishta Om Samadhi mandir ki jai. Sri Guru and Srila, Sri Nayano, Kishoro Kishori, Nayana Vinodananda Jiv ki jai. Prabhupada Bhakti Kunkuma Maharaj ki jai.
Bhakti Vichara Vishnu Goswami Maharaj ki jai.
Gaurav Vaikhanas Gosvami, Gounju Saraswat ashram ki jai.